dance moves. Welcome to Trending SA. Happy Spring Day, South Africa. It's a new month, new season, and 2020 is still refusing to let us be great because it is the coldest spring day I have had in my entire life in Johannesburg. Ushering in this new season with me is the baddest team in the business. On this side, I've got Refilwe and Settle. How are you?
Yes, this is fantastic. Listen, I was trying to celebrate this spring day, but clearly,
even
it's
arms.
not feeling me. I want to speak to the manager, by the way, and complain about this weather. But I'm bringing the festivity and the color.
And my blaze here with a whole shirt and a jersey, ne? Layers.
Because you know why, Elma? Because I understand that we're not in spring. Spring in the southern hemisphere starts on the 22nd of, and you know what? People always do that whenever I say that. And Mother Nature always proves me right because in the past 10 years, it's been cold on this day. Thank you, Mother Nature.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you, my
I dressed to look like a Republican wife, okay? Very Republican. We have quite the show for you tonight. We'll be chatting to Ntsiki Mazwai a little later on. We'll also be giving you your rightful place, the fourth seat. Time to get into our, how does Mablé do this? Top trends.
Well, in weather-related trends, we have the hashtag name and surname. Oh, guys, why is it in South Africa, Njalo, the minute it rains or it becomes a little bit cold, abantu bacabanga ama-boyfriends, you guys are thinking about your husbands.
Baby making weather.
Baby making
all sorts
weather.
of things.
Nobody's ever saying, yes, it's cold today. I'm just going to miss the book of Isaiah. You know, none of you. Or miss the book of Job.
It's time to cuddle and get close to our loved ones.
So
Come on.
basically, the hashtag name and surname, unensi Hlekentani. Is that Hlekentani? Yes. So
Yes.
She said, do you guys save numbers like this? And then it was my love on it. No?
Yeah.
Do you?
Name and surname strictly for everybody.
And
Mom, dad.
your
name,
husband
surname.
is also first name, last
It's
name.
his first name, last
yeah,
name.
for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even my dogs, when they get cell phones, name and surname.
And they will share,
And they will get surname, yes.
Yeah.
So basically, the replies under this tweet got the trend and hashtag name and surname going, with Cooking with Luyanda replying and saying, no, they show you hot flames when you do this. Name and surname is enough. And then we had Ulichuba M, who had a different view from Cooking with Luyanda, and this is how it read. It said, it's been love ever since. Haven't changed it once. What's the point of changing it back to a pet name when you all are happy and to his name and surname when you fight? Make me understand the type of people you're dating to make you cringe so much after a disagreement. Clearly, I get a relationship. They're not in a relationship.
So maybe it's because I'm married, but my husband is saved husband. And my parents are saved mama and papa.
It's not, it's just called being practical. If you are in a spot of trouble, you can't call for yourself, someone needs to be able to go through that thing, rifle through the phone and find the relevant people.
That's why I always add ICE at the end.
Which?
In case of emergency. So when somebody picks up your phone and you're unable to use your phone, they just type ICE and then the names pop up. So your husband, your mom, your dad pop up.
I was today
sense
years old when I learned that.
Oh my goodness,
Elma, this is the free education that Nelson Mandela promised you. I'm here to deliver.
Expect an invoice.
Okay, from very happy thoughts to not so happy, load shedding is trending again. Eskom implemented stage 2. If you are watching us, this means you do not have load shedding or you have a generator. Either way, we're happy to have you. But how are we back here now? Cold weather, no electricity. It feels like Groundhog Day.
It feels like we're being punished. I am absolutely defeated. I'm done.
For me, I hate how they're doing this during the time where we're distance learning and we're doing all these things. So imagine you are sitting with your computer, you are teaching a class, and then
Gone.
they're Thanos singers.
No,
That's all that they're doing.
No, it's really incredibly boring, actually. But I want to talk about real hot news, right? The much anticipated, yes, my play, I see you getting excited. The much anticipated series Versus debuted last night and featured 2 original It Girls and Grammy Award-winning vocal beasts, Monica and Brandy. The face-off pulled in a staggering 1.2 million Instagram viewers. That is amazing. And fans were treated to some of the classics from the huge catalogue of music.
I
Those
want us
girls.
to actually fix that.
Yeah?
They are not the original It Girls. The original It Girls are Aretha Franklin and Diana Ross. We are not going to erase history to appease you young ones.
Listen here, Miss Aretha Franklin. Raining on the children's parade. Stop, okay?
Listen.
Give them that due. Thank you.
Wasn't it at 2 this morning, though? Do you guys not work during the day?
Oh, I slept.
No,
Oh,
I slept. I saw it in the morning. I'm not staying up for the boys' mind, the boys' mind, the boys' mind.
The boys' mind, the boys' mind.
Listen, basically we're familiar with Monica and Brandy's well-documented feud after being pitted against each other for more than 2 decades following their Grammy Award winning. I want to say it again. The boys' mind, the boys' mind, the boys' mind, the boys' mind.
Okay.
So last night, during their face-off, there were cringe-worthy moments and some unavoidable tension. Take a look at some of the reactions from the event. This is what Maserati.
Main. That person is in Brooklyn, New York. Look there.
Oh, I thought
That's
I thought it was Maine. So basically, she says, Brandy said, low-key, we are low-key a group right now. And Monica said, we're not a group. Not Monica.
You and I are also not a group, my play.
We are a group. So cool. Every Monday to Friday, we're a group.
No.
And then it was Erykah Badu. This was funny.
The highlight.
So basically, Brandy said, I was 17 when I did that song. And then Monica said, I was 12 when I did that song. And then there was Erykah. Then Erykah said, I'm going to be petty. And said, I was 9 when On and On dropped. It's like how I was 5.
That's some Rakhadi.
Oh, you were 5.
I was 5.
I love it when a legend steps in and just shows the young ones how petty.
Then it was Terry Marcel who took it home for me. Terry Marcel tweeted that Brandy and Monica have been compared for over 25 years. They sat in front of a camera with the hot lights for 3 hours. They played music and spoke love to each other. And anytime one looked away, y'all took that as shade and being fake. Y'all don't get tired of instigating. What's not clicking?
There are literally no lies detected in that tweet. It's 2020. Why are we still pitting young, brilliant women against each other?
I'll tell you
Stop
why.
it.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
You see, the guys, when we enter the industry, right? There's a difference. I don't know how we enter it, but we sort of like, okay, I see you, I respect you, I got you. And then what we do is that when we do the beef thing, the beef thing is normally, it's just us trying to monetize on it. Obviously, they're the ones, I know, Elma, they're the ones that actually take the beef thing. But what I've seen with the ladies more is the fact that you guys buy into, because the journalists are very naughty. So the journalists will go, Refilwe, you actually look better than Elma on that show.
So I'm bored, I've got an article to write, and let me just stir the pot a little bit.
And the ladies sort of like buy into it more.
No, it needs
and then
to
the
end.
next thing, you what?
They don't.
Okay.
Yeah, it needs to end.
No, they
Come
don't.
at me, Elma.
I'm overruling Mablair on that. Let us know. Are you team Mablair, women just fight, or are you team Refilwe? Stop putting us up against one another. We'll be back with Ntsiki Mazwai, so don't go anywhere. You're going to miss out. Eh?
Woohoo! Welcome back, good people, and the rest. I've always wanted to say that. Listen, thank you for staying tuned in. We're still trending SA. We are live on SABC3, and it's time for our pin chat. Today, we have a poet, a singer, a social commentator, the one, the only, Miss Ntsiki Mazwai. Sawubona.
Njani.
Oh, we're good. Welcome to Trending SA.
Thank you so much. I've even got a mic. Thanks, guys. You know, I'm the
It's an absolute
queen.
pleasure to have
No,
you.
we had to give you. Listen,
Yeah,
we
no.
knew good you'd feel comfortable with a
Thank
mic
you.
and the way that
Thank
you're
you.
sitting, you know?
And anytime you drop some bars, you can just drop the mic too, you know?
Baby, you know I roll, right?
I'm just saying, no one is throwing plastic bottles tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Just saying.
Don't you dare.
Exactly.
Don't you dare.
Okay, so there are no plastic bottles being thrown, just mics dropped tonight. We're going to be interrogating the role of social media in our society, right? And talking about whether social commentary should have limits, and when are people's comments and when are people's opinions warranted, and when are they actually flat out unacceptable. I want you to take a look at this.
Reality shows on TV, Caroline Flack lived her life in the public eye. But tonight, it's the role of the media that's under scrutiny and what part, if any, it played in her death.
Why do you care so much about people that you don't even know? I don't know these people. Maybe if it was a member of my family or some of my good friends, then it would have really hurt me. But it's people that I don't know that can feel that they are supporting me today and turn against me the next day.
Now, Ntsiki, you've had a pretty confrontational relationship with Twitter for the longest time. And we've had a recent incident which we thought we'd just use as a reference for this conversation. And this is why you are here. On Friday, you tweeted the following. Men in entertainment are most likely to rape because they are used to female attention and don't understand when a woman says no. Mr. Handsome then replies, let us be honest, Ntsiki, the most women who want to bash all men using rape on this app are the unattractive ones like you. I don't think there's a local guy who will go that far for you, but you have so much to say. Bitter soul. Your pot and kettle, ne?
And then that wasn't all.
Yeah.
Oh, that was not all. This is Twitter.
You guys are enjoying this.
No, hold on. This is not all. Then there was another comment that was from Tebe Dabskia Dimetsi, who said, Ntsiki Mazwai is just a complainist of note. She can never be an activist. Smokes, complain, noise, trend, sleeps. Wake up. Smokes, complain, noise, trend, sleeps. Wake up, complain, hashtag Ntsiki Mazwai. Then there's another one, right? So there's another one from Pro-African EFF. This one says that Ntsiki Mazwai is just a useless, rotten
Are we
poet.
just going to go through the negative tweets?
She was no.
Yeah.
We want to actually go through them because she said that she has gone past her prime. Now she tries to salvage whatever little of her name was left in a wrong way of attacking Malema. Shame. She won't succeed. She doesn't remember when she visited Walkerville, Ali Dom and Daddy. Mwah. Right? So, Ntsiki, I want to ask, how do you feel when you read this vitriol?
Can I ask, how do you feel? What does it make you think?
Ntsiki, the thing is, for me, I can't go into it because I've got a very complicated relationship with Twitter, right? And I feel that we are in the darkest time of Twitter. That's why I want to, because it was all directed at you. So I want you to actually tell me, how do you feel when you wake up and you read this nonsense?
I need to, for me, why I'm asking, how do you feel, is because I'm the victim of this. I guess.
Yeah.
So people who keep quiet are just as guilty as people who are saying the stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, okay, guys, you've looked for a reaction from me all these years. You're not really getting one.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel that you're that type of society? And what do you think you can do, or what conversations can you have that are going to move us away from using social media in this way? So for me, I've always been like, it's not so much the haters that are a problem.
Yeah.
For me, the issue is that if you are ungumtu and you say that you're a good person and you are, yeah, man. I mean, we were praying earlier on here.
Sure.
So are you bringing that same energy, or are you enjoying the trolling?
The trolling. Ish.
So effectively, that bystander behavior
Yeah.
on Twitter is an
Yeah.
indictment on us.
I'm like saying,
Okay.
guys, actually, this is it doesn't say anything about me. All it said about me is that Ntsiki is very strong. She's got a thick skin. Let's now start addressing, what about you guys? What does it say about you guys?
I'm going to throw it back to you. So now on Twitter, we have a spectrum of trolls / bullies on the one end, and then sharp shooting people who speak truth to power. And you are sometimes kind of lumped somewhere on that spectrum in terms of what you put out there. Who are you? Are you the troll, or are you the sharp shooting, speaking truth to power?
That's why I always say, again, what do you think? Because we can actually go to my tweets and you can decide for yourself. I think that my gift is a spiritual gift where I use words that make people talk and make people engage issues, right? You'll never find me just gossiping about, oh, this happened. It'll always be a social issue. When Mampincha hit Bezwo Dumo, I didn't come in on a gossip. It was like, guys, we've got a domestic violence issue in this country. So for me, I think it's important to recognize that I'm not some stupid tweleb. I didn't get to where I am because I'm a troll. There are many trolls that have come and gone.
Listen, we're going to come back to you because we actually want to talk to you and we want to actually hash this thing out. Let's just go to a quick ad break and we'll be back.
Welcome back to Trending SA on SABC3. We're carrying on with that pinned chat, and our guest, Ntsiki Mazwai, is still with us. And we've been talking about, you know, the woman behind the tweets and the reactions that she tends to get when she does speak truth to power. And I guess what I want to now address and throw out on the table is, why do you think social media is such a divisive and polarized and desensitized place? Because it's exactly that, Ntsiki. Here you are, you're a human being, you know, sitting with us talking, and I can see the emotion in your face and in your eyes, you know, when you're saying, what do you feel, you know, when you see these comments and you read these comments? And I guess I'll start with you by just, you know, I'll ask, why is this place so toxic, you know?
I think that we're going through a lot as human beings. We're in a lot of pain. And I think that when you are faceless on social media, you get to vent. So I think that a lot of it, because people are not keeping journals anymore.
Oh.
That's the problem.
You know what, Mina, what I see? I joined Twitter in 2009, right? And it was a space where it was segmented and we all engaged differently. And we knew, if I go to the woke side, Ntsiki, they're arguing about power. If I go to the sports side, it's all about that. Then something happened where we now find ourselves, I always say we've got neighborhood syndrome. We've got neighborhood syndrome where, you know, when you enter a neighborhood and then one dog barks at like the beginning of the road. And then all the dogs start barking, but none of them know why there's commotion, but everybody's barking. And for me, like right now, probably somebody's tweeting, my player just called us dogs on TV. And it's not a world of context. We don't engage each other. We want to always...
So you know what I'm curious about, and what I always wonder about how we talk to each other on social media is if it's changing the way human beings are actually socializing. Right? So we come from a pre-social media world where we knew what it was like you said, to write in your diary and to send a long form mail. But kids who are coming up now thinking that throwing barbs, hiding behind a keyboard is the way you actually interact or you present yourself in the world, I think it's so problematic. And for me, when I heard news this morning that Facebook, of all institutions, Mark Zuckerberg, the original see no evil, speak no evil, say no evil guy, right? He doesn't want to criticize his platforms, was letting independent researchers hop onto Instagram and Facebook and actually look at the effects of disinformation and misinformation on his platforms, because they can, as he's acknowledged, they can actually manipulate people and influence these elections. So yes, he's looking at a political aspect of it, but what it says is human beings were suggestible, were fallible, you know? Do you worry about those things? What's it doing to us?
Throw it to all of you guys.
Do you worry about that, Albert?
How do we make social media safe?
Guys, it's not compulsory.
A least hateful place.
This is not mathematics. It's not English. It's not a compulsory subject. If you are not having fun on Twitter, also you can leave. If you are not liking the things you are seeing on your feed, curate it. Unfollow. And if you do not like some of the replies you are getting, these days, when you tweet something, you can also close the replies even. So you don't even have to be on the receiving end. So I'm feeling like take some responsibility. And also, as she said, if you see hate happening, say
Call it
something.
out. Call it out. I mean, why did savage become popular? Why is savage? Why do you feel like, yo, I'm so savage? Yo, I'm a savage. Like, what is that?
It's a culture that just has infiltrated, unfortunately.
I think,
and Elma, I wish we can curate, but we don't, because you block people, they screen grab and still carry on the conversation, and still you get tagged. It comes to
But I think also, you know what might have also been an issue? I think that, especially with my one, the fact that I have words that can divide. It could be sometimes, you know, as a leader, people sometimes misunderstand you and then they think you're doing something else. So when I was speaking truth to power, it might be that the others thought, Guti, yeah, okay, siyabangena, everybody, yeah,
Sure.
you know, so I think it might have been that. And it would be nice or wise to acknowledge that I am a poet.
Sure.
Okay.
Which means that I've been given a spiritual gift to speak to society about. I can see we got to go to ad break.
No, we don't have to.
No, I mean like, yeah, okay.
Because we always ask for
You
a
talk
view.
too much, like, what the? I'm busy.
No, because there's a voice note that has to come through. We've got a voice note from one of our viewers, because we know we always ask them, Guti, they're the fourth seat.
What
So
do they think?
Okay, fine.
there's a voice note coming through.
I personally feel like people who bully others on Twitter are people with very low self-esteem in real life, because they don't get the attention they want, they don't get the recognition they want in real life. Now, they are trying so hard to get it on Twitter, so much so that they end up bullying or being mean to others.
Ntsiki, let me let you talk.
And thank you. I'm the
Okay, yeah. So do you feel
No,
the
I
same?
do feel the same, because you know what? I always respond when they're dissing me. I go, okay, thank you, Mr. Nobody. Because I'm like, you obviously haven't done anything with your life. That's why you're coming to my TL. I don't know your name. I don't know you. You came to my TL to tell me how irrelevant I am. And I'm like, wait thinking, oh, Mr. Nobody, because you've got no hustle to go focus on. Now you busy bothering me about my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, it is true. I think that people are just unhappy.
Okay, Ntsiki?
I get a sense, that you feel that you are a forerunner and you're paving the way for others coming behind you. No? Okay.
All right. Ntsiki, I just want to say happy birthday to you, because your birthday is coming up.
40,
And
baby.
The big 4.
40, baby. 40,
Happy
baby.
birthday
Respect me.
in advance.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me ask you.
Yes.
You always are a sharpshooter on Twitter. Do you feel, Guti, there's a place where you were supposed to throw an okapi and you went with a bazooka?
You know what? I think that I cannot be held responsible for how people interpret. Mina ngiyazazi ukuthi ngithini. And sometimes I wish that you would come to me and say, Ntsiki, when you tweeted this, what did you mean? So that we can unpack it. And I'll be like, then
Can you take
Sure.
as much as you give?
I can't, I'm just saying, first of all, point to me where the problem in my tweets are.
And have a conversation.
Because, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Ntsiki Mazwai. It's been an absolute
Come back
education
again.
today.
I will be back.
Yeah.
You'll be back.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
It can be informative, it can be entertaining, interesting, but it can also just be incredibly insensitive and downright ugly sometimes. That's the unfortunate part of it. So the question we're asking you today is, how do you make social media a less hateful space? And we want to hear from you. Send your voice notes, tweet us, and our line is also open. Have your say, and we will have the conversation after.